Also streaming live on Facebook there, or otherwise known as Father Abraham. As Becca is moving, you can see this if you stream us. Becca is moving constantly throughout the show today, and it is all to earn money somehow.
Yeah, so back in December.
Like for a cause for sick kids or something?
Yes.
Like raise money for a...
Boy,
an army vet.
Yeah, I really respect your commitment to other people and your heart for people. Yes,
just for me. So back in December, they changed over our insurance, and so now we got these little like activity tracker things that like track your steps or whatever during the day.
I threw mine out. Did anyone else throw theirs out?
I kept the USB cord.
Okay, yeah, because I chucked mine.
But you can earn up to $3 a day by completing your goals, which when you add that up over time, like that's nothing to.
I know it does add up to a little bit of money. So, but like, are the goals actually achievable?
Well, so one is 10,000 steps a day.
I don't even know what that would be in miles.
5.
Okay, so it is about 5 miles. That's a decent amount
according to Google. Yeah.
They also want you to do 30 minutes of vigorous walking, so like actual exercise.
Okay.
So that's like left arm, right arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Left foot,
Father
right foot.
Abraham, yes.
Okay.
And then what I'm currently working on right now is they want you 6 times during the day to get up and walk at least 300 steps within a 5-minute period. So just like frequent walks. And I'm hoping this thing will beep at me soon to tell me I'm done. Or it's just leading me along. I'm not sure.
We've disabled the beeper.
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, if it gets you motivated to be in better health, that's a good idea. And I think the smartest thing they did, though, was Zach or Becca was showing me the app. And Becca showed me the app. And you can have your name in there and it ranks you and like who's doing the best. That motivated Becca. She wants to be the best at everything. And so now she's like, I got to get on the board. I got to get on the board.
Yeah, my friend
Pastor Dave.
And everyone has like usernames. And so when my friend Mandy came in, because I know she has one because we talked about it, I was like, what's your username? Are you cool if I trash talk you? She's like, sure.
That's awesome. I want to know who Redskin Lover is or whatever that one was.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like apparently a fan of Washington Redskins, but I'd like to know who that was.
Use your phone and talk into a mic.
Yeah.
You sound winded.
Redskin boy.
I think this is a brilliant idea because,
you just beeped. Yay!
Yay! I can sit. Whew.
Like if you can motivate people to do a little bit of exercise, that drives healthcare costs down. It's great.
That's the purpose of this.
Yeah, it's too late for me to go back and undig out my beeper out of the trash. And then
Is that too much work?
Yeah, yes. I wonder how many steps I would get for that. P. Diddy Dave is Pastor Dave, we think. We assume P. Dave has got to be Pastor Dave.
Yeah, so the top ones are Redskin Boy, no idea who that is. Harp Mama, no idea. Nancy, didn't even know we had a Nancy in the company. P. Dave.
I think Nancy might be Farron, our boss. He's a Nancy. No, just kidding.
But we have names like Christy Cakes, or someone said Lost Tracker Catching Up. There's one that's an older gentleman.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
And then Flamingo Chick.
Flamingo Chick.
Oh, we also have Older Chick. I don't know if that's maybe the wife to older gentleman.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
But I'm Becca.
Yeah, I know. It's like I want to. You got to come up with a better username. Maybe we should do that on the show. Come up with a username for Becca for the tracker thing there.
To help me talk smack a little bit more for people.
Yeah. You got to be a little anonymous and make people wonder, because that's funny, making people wonder who's who.
Right. I'm ranked 32nd in the company right now, but I've only had it 2 days, and yesterday I only walked like 200 steps.
I would imagine there's people that have done it since they gave it to us last year or sometime, or January. When did they give them to us?
December, I think, because it rolls over in November, December. And I was talking to my friend Mandy, and she said, like, without even trying too hard, she's made like $250. $250, yeah.
Towards her HSA. I wish they would just give me that so I could spend it at like Dunkin' Donuts. Like, that'd be fantastic.
That would
defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
I know. I would work so hard to get $250 to Dunkin' Donuts.
That would doubly ruin your health.
Maybe.
Because you would have to spend more in healthcare, and then you wouldn't have the money in your account to spend it.
Yeah, so we'll see how this works out for Becca and how long you can keep this up. So good luck to you.
Everyone's saying that it should be Chewbacca.
Chewbacca? Yeah, that's one of my favorites. All right, so let's get to some of the stuff that we didn't get to during the course of the show. Let's start with least of these today, and we'll tackle some news, because I think it's a couple heavier stories in news that might need a little bit more time. So what you got there?
Okay.
Betty Rock.
Yes. So if you're a big fan of Animal Planet It's Puppy Bowl, where there's a bunch of puppies that run around
Oh.
and they're chasing little toys.
I
And
think they do
stuff.
that around the Super Bowl, right? Every
Right.
year.
Same day, yeah.
Same day. Okay.
Well, they're launching Dog Bowl.
What?
And what this is going to be is just a bunch of grown-up dogs that don't have a family.
They don't have
and
family.
so they're
Oh.
adoptable.
They
So if you
need to
see
be
them on
adopted.
TV,
You could call in. You could get
Oh,
your
that's
very
kinda
own
nice.
sports star if you're
If
very own.
If you could actually adopt that specific dog that you see, I think that's a good thing.
Oh my goodness, we should come up with animal puns for different NFL players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
for
any.
example.
Flaxen
Like
Jackson
Russell
Waxen.
Bow Wow Wow instead of Russell
Oh, I
Crowe.
see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know many football players. I don't follow football at all.
Okay, got it. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, Angelina Jolie shared that she was recently diagnosed with hypertension and
Oh,
Bell's palsy.
hypertension. I might have that. I got to figure out if I do or not.
You got the hyper part.
Yes. No, like here's the thing. Talking about health and healthcare. My doctor told me to go and have my blood pressure checked like a couple times a week, and I haven't done it yet. So I need to go do that because he thought I might be getting hypertension. So if I'm like getting hypertension and like a beautiful celebrity, then this is fantastic news.
Well, yeah, and she eats pretty healthy.
I
She
know.
eats bugs too,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird. If you don't know Bell's palsy, which we know Becca knows all about this, that the muscles on one side of your face will allow your face to droop.
They like just stop work. Okay, so Joey
yeah,
has
you
Bell's
gotta
not
you,
funny.
you need you need to explain this as you're laughing because I guarantee you there's somebody
Oh.
with Bell's palsy that's only halfway laughing.
That's rude.
Okay, so Joey got Bell's palsy when he was in college, and it was funnier to me than it was to him. And I didn't laugh at the time. I want to give that disclaimer.
Right.
But I made him take a lot of pictures with me, and half of his face didn't work. And looking back at those pictures,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
In all seriousness, there was a girl in high school that got it. And none of us had ever really heard of it. And this girl
it's
was
very random, yeah.
yeah, this girl all of a sudden like just like that, like her face went numb, and she had Bell's palsy, and it messed with her for like a year because it comes in and out. And some
Mhm.
people it's like a week and a small time, and other people it's like a prolonged thing, kind of like Lyme disease, where it can really mess with you, or it's not that bad.
Right. His Joey's lasted like a month,
Okay.
bad, and
Yeah.
then it slowly got better. But to this day, because it can cause like some kind of nerve problems too.
Right.
To this day, his eyes will sometimes water when he eats.
When he eats, oh, that's weird.
What
Do they know what?
causes that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. His was
Stress?
just random. I'm not sure.
What causes hypertension?
Good looks.
Stress,
No.
Oh, I thought it was
age,
good looks. Yeah. Oh wow.
old age.
Me and Angelina
Gout?
Jolie are
Gout.
so much alike. It's not even funny. That's fantastic.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
What is hypertension?
High blood pressure.
yeah, high blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
So
And why don't they just call it that?
I don't know. Hypertension seems really weird. Yeah, high blood pressure, and so you have to get on like pressure medicines or whatever. So I'm trying to avoid that. I think.
But
Well,
here's
not
the way
trying
you're
too
gonna
hard.
be. The only way you're gonna be able to avoid that, and
Mhm.
correct me if I know you will, Zach,
Right.
but is if you eat healthy.
Yeah, I believe it's diet, exercise. They always tell you that though. Diet,
They're just
exercise, and
messing with ya.
stress. Yeah, we have something we're gonna do on the show tomorrow called "How Do You Know This Person's Gonna Be a Problem for You at your job?" And so we're gonna do that tomorrow. But my doctor would say that I'm a problem for him. I'm sure.
You're giving him high blood pressure.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, hypertension.
Yes, enjoy it. Yeah. So hopefully, yeah. I actually have been talking. I don't like just going to a gym and working out. It's not interesting to me. Like it's not fun. Like I need competition or something like that. So I've been talking like with my buddy. I'm like, is there a place like we could go and like box, like something like that,
Yeah,
or like
right around the corner.
like self defense? There's Cool Springs boxing, title
Title.
boxing in Cool Springs, and I'd like to go there, but then it's a kind of a lot of moms doing like that for exercise, and I don't want to be the
Are
only
you afraid
guy.
of them?
Yes, I'm afraid of them. No, I don't want to be the only guy in there like at this boxing thing and it's ladies working out. Like I don't want that.
I feel like it's a mixed group. You
Is
should
it?
try the
need
Orange
to go
Theory
see.
thing that everyone around here is doing. Betty and
No.
I did it. And it
No.
displays your stuff on the screen, so
Yep,
it's a
nope.
great way to compete.
Yeah, no, that's just too much like working out. Like I want something that when I
It
can.
is working. Everything's working out.
Well, like the boxing thing is a skill like you could use if things ever got dicey. Like you got now I know how to box. I'm good. I
You
can-
want adult gym class. It's what I
Yes.
want. Like I can show
Yes.
up for an hour and play kickball
Yes.
or whatever.
That's the gym we should start,
I know,
Zach.
it'd be fantastic.
That would be
Dodgeball
so,
day.
Dodgeball
Yes.
day. Like I loved all those dumb games you played in gym.
Yeah, call it PE or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it was that was fun, and I that's what I need in my life. Volleyball.
Yeah, badminton.
Yes.
You should go to the trampoline place more.
The trampoline place. Again, they should charge adults by the minute. Because you can very rarely stay for more than about 5 or 6 minutes.
Have you been to the one here? Because they have a whole lot more challenges. They have like a slack line. They have a whole American Ninja course.
I haven't been to
Yeah.
this one, but I went to another one that did that, and I did a couple of the American Ninja Warrior things. So hard. They look so easy, like
Yeah.
the spider wall where you jump up and you put both
You couldn't
arms.
reach?
Yeah, you put. Well, yeah, that was a problem. You have an
The
arm
kids
and a
can
leg.
reach, but you can't.
Yeah, you have an arm and a leg on each side, and you hold yourself in the middle. And I thought, okay, that I don't know why these guys struggle with that. So I run and I jump and I go, whoom, and just. And just fall straight down, like it was so fast. It was over so fast.
I did the slack line while holding Anna.
Oh,
I
that's
was
not
pretty
safe.
excited about that.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
I mean, it wasn't totally safe.
Yeah,
You're walking over a foam pit, so
yeah.
she would have liked that too.
They had a trapeze, and I did a backflip off the trapeze. That was fun.
Really?
It was job I gave her was to get a video of this so that people would because I knew no one would believe me. And dadgummit, she didn't get a great picture of her shoes. Like I'm like, seriously, you were like a kid. You should know how to work a phone. And but I love those things. I would
I
much
don't
rather
believe
do
you
that.
did that.
I did, honest,
No, I don't
truthful.
believe that.
I nailed
I don't
it.
think that. I think
If-
you're like,
yeah.
Haley, take a picture of your shoes.
Yeah, no, I was.
and then you blame it on her.
Yeah.
I
You
was
went crash
amazing.
and
It
burn.
didn't happen if there's no photo.
I know.
to prove it.
Unfortunately, you are right about that. Yeah. So like, there's that. I'd like something exercise wise. Like I thought about like you did your self defense class.
Yes, that was fun.
I would like to do something like that, maybe that, but I don't want to do karate. Like I don't want to be that guy that shows up in that horrible karate suit and has to do karate. But I'd like to do something that you kick a little hiney. And well, you can't say kick a little hiney because then you sound really lame. But
I don't know. I don't feel like I don't know where your impression is that all of the title boxing people are just moms.
I don't know.
think
I
it's
could
a
be
mixed
wrong.
group.
I could be totally wrong. I
You
should
should go and try.
I should go ask them. But I have to get okay. When we did a thing there a couple years ago,
Yeah.
we did a thing and they gave us all the wraps that you use for your fingers to go inside the boxing gloves. If I go do this, I need one of you to trade wraps with me.
Why?
Because somebody who thought it was funny gave me the rainbow colored wraps. I'm not wearing those if I go there every day and you knuckleheads aren't going. So I need somebody to trade their wraps with me.
I have teal ones you can have.
Teal's fine. I'll take that.
Teal's fun. Oh, my wraps aren't good enough for you now?
Yeah, teal,
Never mind. I
teal
take it
is
back.
okay. No, teal's good.
Nope,
It's not. It's
take it
not.
back.
It's not rainbow.
Josh has a good idea. If you just wore a shark costume and you just did whatever,
I just ran
you
around.
want to be entertaining. So
Yeah, and
if
I
you
would.
just wore the shark costume and went to a gym, you'd probably love it.
I would sweat through like so much stuff.
Yeah,
I
there
would
you go.
lose I would shed the pounds by sweating for sure. Because Becca won't get in the shark costume. I don't know if you could fit in it. It's kind of small. You're tall. Your legs. It's very small. Okay.
It looks like she's trying to take that as an insult, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that
No,
would be an
it's
insult.
how
Yeah.
you phrased it. You said you don't think she would fit in it.
Right.
You should start with, I think you're too tall for it.
Oh, okay.
Before you say,
Yeah, because
That's a
couldn't I just
nuance.
hike it up my legs more? Like,
Maybe, but it's weird. Try it. Try and see if you
no,
can
it's full of sweat.
Who is-
see if you can wedge yourself
Fake
into
sweat.
it.
who has the bigger stomach, you or me?
Mm.
No contemplation. Do we need to do a side-by-side
Wally,
maternity
why
photo?
Are you
Want to
starting-
compare butts?
Why are you picking?
I actually don't have that big a butt. That
That's
is not
probably
my
true,
problem
yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Why are you picking a fight?
Oh, I'm not.
I think if we took a vote right
No,
now,
I
people would say
swear-
you're picking a fight.
No, I swear I just didn't. It's a tight costume to get into, and she's taller than me. That's all. Like she's taller than me.
But then there were other things that were said afterwards.
But I didn't start that. I didn't start that.
I don't know. We should move on because I'm suspicious of your intentions.
Yes. All right. So let's move on to news.
Okay, let's actually start with a sad story. You might have seen this on the news by now, but yesterday at the Ohio State Fair, there's a terrible accident as one of the rides malfunctioned. It was the Fireball ride, which is the stem that comes down, and then there's like circles around it, like of seats around it, and then it swings back and forth.
It spins as it
Right.
swings. It's a great. Like I've been on that ride. It's one of my favorites at the fair until now.
Right, one of the seats seemed to break off during this ride, it flew off. 7 people were injured. 1 person did lose their life, an 18-year-old kid.
I've wondered about that too, like because it's slinging you, into the air, and I have had that fear, like what would happen if one of these things, the seats broke off,
Right.
and tragically that's what happened. And it's crazy because when you're a kid, you don't think twice about the fair. The
No.
fair is the greatest thing in the world. But then as an adult, you're like, I don't know how safe all of these rides are.
And it's kind of always waking me out because if you think about it, if they're made to be folded up to be put on a truck and then set up just for a week at a time, like there's something weird about that I just don't trust the physics. If it could be folded up, I don't know that it should support that much weight and that much velocity and all that. But unfortunately, this was a tragic accident. They are going to launch an investigation. They've shut down all the rides at the fair until this investigation is done and until they can do better safety inspections of all the rides.
I always feel for these families
Yeah.
in this stuff where, you're not doing anything wrong. You sent your kid to the fair just because it was a fun thing, and you're fully expecting them to come home and tell you about how much fun they had, and then something like this, again, you did nothing wrong, and this goes south,
Yeah,
and then you're left with that.
when it's a kid stands up on the ride or breaks the rules, like I
Right.
feel somewhat bad because it's tragic, but it's like,
Okay.
come on, follow. But on this, like
Yeah.
it just the seat flew out.
Yeah.
I think that's just that lesson that you try to protect your kids all you can, but you just don't know. Like something like this will happen, or your son has a genetic condition. Like it's just stuff happens and it's
Mhm.
terrible, and I don't understand it. But
Yeah.
moving on, there is a mall in China that has installed husband pods for bored spouses
this
who
is
are
ingenious.
stuck at the mall with their wives, and it's basically like it's just like a kind of a see-through container. And it's built up like your own little personal arcade, so you can sit, relax, play some games, maybe doze off a little bit
It's fantastic.
while your spouse is trying things on.
I absolutely love this. The stores that frustrate me are stores that don't have anywhere to sit down, or they have like one chair and there's like 18 people fighting for that chair. Like it's like I don't mind shopping with my wife. Like I don't mind going to the mall with her. Like not at all. I'm not that. If I'm not looking for anything, I don't really care to just go browse. I usually know what I'm looking for, so I get in and out. But if she's shopping, that's fine. Like, I just like to sit down, and I'll sit there on my phone, and, like, I'll play Candy Crush or whatever, and I'm content. But just give me a place to sit, even. Like, I don't even need a pod. I just need a chair.
Because it's creepy, too, when you're just standing outside the dressing room.
Yes.
Because I've been on the reverse side. Joey's tried on more clothes recently than I have because he lost so much weight. And even, like, as a woman in the men's side of the dressing room, I just feel like a total weirdo just standing there waiting for people to come out.
Yeah, when you're a guy, it's really creepy.
I'm sure it's worse.
At what age is it inappropriate to just sit down on the floor in public
I
places?
have done that before. Yeah, I have definitely done that.
Because I do that all the time,
Do
but
you?
I feel like there's probably an age where that's just weird.
Sometimes I'll sit on their displays. Like if they have T-shirts out, I'll slide some T-shirts over and sit on the display, like next to the mannequin, and then just sit there.
And you
and-
freeze.
Yeah. That was funnier for people streaming. But yeah, so I'll do that, or I'll sit on the floor if I have to.
Side note, I don't think people streaming are paying attention because someone called you Sally because of autocorrect, and that's been the entire conversation for the past couple of minutes.
I'm saying that we need to call your girl truck Sally.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So yeah, we don't need we need more nap pods and things, because I think it would be a better thing because the husband's not gonna be pushing the wife to get out of there, and so she can shop more.
Yeah, and
They'll make more money.
right. If you can create a space where people can spend more time in your store, it's ultimately better for your bottom line.
But
Yeah.
I feel like we already have this in American malls. It's just that it's not in a box. Like if you notice in the middle of the walkway, there's like a bunch of couches that they put in a circle, and that's where all the old men fall asleep. Like
Right.
you find them just holding purses and bags. They're like,
Right. But like outside in the mall, you're right. But like in the stores, if you want to keep us in the store shopping, and because my wife always wants me to see things.
right.
Yeah. So it's like, so give me a place to sit down there, and then she'll be in that store longer, because that's ultimately what you want to do.
This is the advantage of having a wife who only shops at thrift stores, because there's always a well broken in couch.
Yes.
That you can just fall into, and you can find a book.
It might have some bed bugs in
Yeah,
it.
I don't know how many times Zach has been sold with a couch.
Yes.
Like people come in, they're like, I'll give you $1 if you'll take 50 cents off for this giant thing sitting on it.
It
then
looks
they
like there's
return
an
him.
ugly stain on that couch. No, that's just a shopper.
Aw. That's it for my news story.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought we were going to dive into the presidential, I don't even know the ban
Yeah.
on transgender.
Oh, I thought we decided
in the
against
military.
that.
No, I was thinking about it I saw more and more of it, and I was thinking about it for podcasts.
Okay.
Because it's an easier discussion to have long form. And somebody we work with, this guy John, works in Zach's department, had a post about this that Zach really liked, and maybe we'll share that and stuff. But it's always an interesting thing because you don't truly know where the truth of the facts lie. If you look at it statistically, the number of transgenders just in society is a very small number. Then if you break that down into the military, it's even smaller. And so there's this whole big brouhaha over a very limited group of people. And I don't fully understand the ramifications. Now, Zach, you were saying that this was something that started they were going to look at it under the Obama administration.
Yeah, I'm only somewhat
Right.
familiar with the case, but my understanding is it's something Obama had put into place, but it needed like a 6-month review period for them to look at how it can be implemented, what
To
the
allow
costs
them.
involved are.
Right.
To allow, because transgenders, I guess, weren't allowed, I think. And so that review period came up, it was almost over, and then Trump extended a little bit, and then they just came back with their decision that they were not going to allow them.
Okay.
Yeah, and part of the problem is he announced all of this in a tweet
In a
yesterday.
tweet.
That's
Right.
kind of what started the crazy train. He said, after consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. And then he cited the high medical costs as being one of the reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a bad justification for it. Like, I'd almost rather you just go, I'd almost rather you just, instead of finding something that seems like to me and probably other people a fake reason to not do it, go, this is just a decision. We don't want this in our military. There you go.
I don't
You
feel
go,
like that'd be any better, though,
No.
for
Oh,
backlash.
I could deal with that way better than someone making
well,
up
most
something
people
fake.
wouldn't deal with that better.
Yeah. You know, you could say, I don't want people that are 4 feet tall in the military. All right. I don't want guys that look like me in the military. Okay, fine. I won't be in the military. You know, like, I don't know what it is, but like, you have different criteria for the military service. There are like being a cop, you have to be a certain height, and things like that. So it just, okay, so just say this is what our parameters are. I know it seems exclusionary.
But this is such a hot button topic. You can't
Right.
get away with there's no way to make this decision without blowback from multiple sides. Like,
right.
Well, no matter how you do it.
Then the option,
Twitter is obviously not the best.
no, but what is your option then? Just allow everything. I guess you just go, well, we just allow everything.
Well, that's no. I don't
no.
understand the logic there. If you allow transgender, you have to allow anybody.
Of course. Because you're not being exclusionary then, or you're being exclusionary to somebody else.
Here's the problem. A lot of the reasons for people not getting into the military are medical related. But transgender, that's not seen as a medical thing, especially to those in that community, you know?
Right.
And so it feels like discrimination, I'd imagine, because I'm not
Right.
transgender, so I can't speak on their behalf. When all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're just not going to allow you, you're too expensive. Like, that would feel like a slap in the face.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't understand why he keeps continuing to choose these really big things to deal with right now, like these big fights, versus you put it off another 6 months or whatever and deal with the other stuff going on. It almost seems like he constantly wants to be in a fight about something, like he likes that chaos and that conflict.
Or he might use it as a distraction from other things.
Yeah.
I there's been people that have said that, like, he's doing all of these things in the public over here, but then he's doing these other things and getting things through over here that you're not looking at.
It's an illusion.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard that
over
from both
here.
fans and haters.
right.
Like, the fans are like, he's accomplishing great things, and he's using all this as a decoy so that they're
Right.
attacking this stuff while he gets his real mission. Like, and so who knows?
And that's the problem. The problem with our system and our society is you just never know what the truth is, because you hear the spin on both sides. And so I don't even know where I would land on this issue.
And regardless of what your thoughts are on it, can we read John's
Yeah, sure.
comment?
Sure.
I'm pulling it up now if you don't have it.
Mhm.
Sorry, I thought I had it.
I have it. If,
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
go
ahead,
for it.
Zach.
He said transgender people have been made to feel less than by our country today. Again, To any transgender or LGB friends I have, know you are not less than you are loved and valuable. I'm sorry so many of us make you feel otherwise. I love Jesus. I serve him and I love you. My love for you is not in spite of Jesus or because I ignore him. I am able to love and value others more selflessly because of his love. His love for you is higher, longer, wider, and deeper than any of us can imagine.
Well, there you go.
I think that's a really wise statement of showing people that we love you and leading with that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Good enough.
John dropped the mic.
Yeah. Wally's like, what can I find contention with in there? That's what you're going through your mind right now.
No, because I'm trying to think of what funny I could say, and it's just not a good time.
No.
Not the right topic to try to be humorous on.
So birthdays.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Let's do that, because I don't want to spend all day doing emails.
Do we need another second?
Yeah.
Okay. I could get up and do another walk for everybody.
Oh,
Ready?
gosh.
Let's play along. Father Abraham.
had
had
7 sons.
Seven.
Many sons had father.
we could talk about text.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
or
idea.
GPS.
Yeah,
thing.
that's better than where we were going.
Ben's already out of breath.
Agree.
Yeah, if you have the Waze app, you can actually text GPS to 877-919-2559. That's our normal phone number. It's 877-919-2559, and you will get our custom Waze intros that we recorded for this. And so here's a couple that you will get that are just kind of fun. Heavy traffic ahead, so sit back and relax. So that'll be fun. And what would be even better is to load this up on somebody's phone who doesn't know it's coming.
someone texted us. I can't wait to sneak this onto my mom's phone. I think that is a fantastic idea.
That'll be awesome.
Keep to the left, to the left, to the left.
Yeah, so there's some of this stuff.
In 1.5 kilometers.
I love your presidential
Yeah, you-
impersonations.
You do a pretty good Bill Clinton, so that was good. So let me see.
Exit left. That's weird.
In 0.1 mile. Oh, right there. Yeah, so that's I'd love for someone to do an honest GPS. Like that would be a funny version of this to do, is the honest GPS, because you're never really where they say where it tells you to turn. It's always late on mine. No matter which app I use, it's always late. So again, text GPS to 877-919-2559 if you want to do that, and it's got instructions and everything, or also at allwally.com.
Yeah, or if you're on Facebook Live, I just posted a link.
Oh, well, there you go. That's nice and easy. All right, Betty Rock, make with some birthdays. Oh, nuts! I have one too that I have on my computer. I have it on my Did I print it? Let me see. Hang on. I had this one. Oh, I got it. I printed it. Yay! Yay! Okay. Go ahead, Betty Rock.
Oh, we don't have any.
Oh, well, that was really all of that for that. Okay, well, fantastic.
That was amazing.
Let me see. Hey, I'm a potty here in the Philippines. Hey, and it's my birthday, and I would love the gang to greet and sing happy birthday to me. So here we go. Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish you a birthday so we can party too. Hey!
Hey.
So there you go, and special request for Betty to do a birthday karaoke song. Because I just found this, we're not going to do that. Obviously, I don't have my ukulele, so it's my fault. That's on me.
Because karaoke is all about your ukulele.
Yeah.
And how long would it take you to figure out the chords?
A long time, without a doubt. All right, so let me see. As for my question, if you could be any age for 1 week, what would that be? Like maybe going back or going forward? You would think the natural thing would be to go back. Like I want to go back and I want to be 16 again so that I can, relive some of my life and do things differently. Maybe the thought though for me is I want to be 90 to see if it's worth it. Like to see if it's worth like to see how bad it hurts and like how miserable it is. And if it's not,
If you even made it there,
but I'm saying, like, so if it's
could be
not,
dead, that'd be worse.
yeah, then why am I going to keep working out? You know, it's
Keep
like,
working out.
Why am I going to start working out?
Oh, yeah.
How'd the fry work out for me in the end? Let's find
Yes,
out.
exactly. It'd be like, I'm going to choose to be 90, and the buzzer goes, not,
Guess again.
all right,
80?
79, 62, 50. oh, thank the Lord. You know?
And then it's like you're already 50, knucklehead.
51 and oh, great. So how about you guys? Becca, Burger?
I would want to go back, but only because of like what you're talking about to see if 90's worth it. I would just want to go back to a time where my body doesn't hurt. I know I'm only 26, but my knee doesn't work right, and I have to get up to go to the bathroom at least 5 times in the night, and that is too many times.
That is weird, actually.
But not 5 times in the night. But like I'll get up 3 times before bed, and then I'll get up at like 1, and then when my alarm goes off, I'm like, I gotta get up now.
Yeah,
So,
I'd have that checked out.
I don't like that.
That's weird.
No, I think it's an age thing. It just switched. And I haven't even had kids.
Better out.
I don't really know. The only answer I can come up with is probably like 1, because then
You go back to 1?
because then everybody does everything for me and tells me how cute I am. That'd be
No, wait.
great.
Doesn't that still happen today?
No. I wish it did. That's
Zach?
why I want to go back.
I was originally going to say older too, just because it's only for a week, and the perspective you could get with, I don't know, older people just always has perspective, but not
Wisdom.
the energy or the stamina to do something about some of the things that they And so if I could get that wisdom, and then when I come back to my current age, I'd be like, this is what's really important.
I am amazed by like really old people and what they have seen over the course of time. Like when you talk to your grandparents, like my grandmother is 100. She just turned 100, and like so the things that she has seen, good and bad, in our society is amazing. I don't know how much she's aware of now. Because she's got a little
It's
Alzheimer's going on.
Crazy. My grandma's only 3 years younger than yours. She's
Is she
97.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. She broke her femur like a week ago, and which is extremely painful, I guess. And there's very
Yes.
little they can do to help with that. But they can give her lots and lots of painkillers.
Oh.
But she's like trying to refuse them because she doesn't want to get addicted. I'm like, that's awesome.
Dude, you're 97. You deserve it.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day because
Get addicted.
Yeah. Someone was telling me, and I can't remember who, but someone was telling me they had an aunt that was afraid of getting addicted to painkillers, and the doctor's like, honestly, at your age, it's just fine to just get addicted and be
Yeah.
addicted and just take painkillers.
Yeah. I've never wanted to be old. Honestly, like I've never wanted to be 90 years old or something like that, or living to be. I never wanted to make 100 because I just see so many of these people and they don't look happy. I would rather live like a happy, good life and kind of go out early. If that was the case, or go skydiving and something goes wrong in your 60s. Okay, that's
Sounds
fine.
kind of selfish. Like, what would Marty and Haley say about that?
I have a pretty good insurance policy.
Oh, Lord.
But it's probably a term thing, right? Probably ends when you're 60 years.
It is coming close, and she's gonna have to get another one on me. I saw her write down the other day, Colonial Pen. Oh my goodness! It just hit me. It literally in this moment it just hit me because I have a life insurance policy that does its term, so it will end. Probably here in the next 5 years or whatever.
Right,
maybe-
when you turn
maybe-
60.
Yeah, no, I don't even know. I don't even know when it was. So maybe 60. So it's term. But then the other day, there was an ad on for Colonial Penn life insurance, and I literally watched her write down Colonial Penn. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't know. I think it
Shopping.
seems like a good idea. Like, but what? So,
You do have a birthday coming up. Maybe it expires when you turn 50 here in a couple of weeks.
man, that was wow.
dark.
I'm gonna
Sad.
have a conversation plan when I
Kind
get
of
home.
took you a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
That's-
old.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
I tell Joey all the time that I just want to die holding hands at like 65.
Oh, that's
That's all I
cute.
want. Like,
That's
I just
cute.
don't want to live very long, but
Yeah.
I don't want to go first
Yes.
or have him go first.
I wouldn't mind living long, but I feel like the longer I go, the more accepting it is for me to have cats. Like, I'll just be that crazy old cat.
Like,
lady,
bring on 110.
and I'd be fine with
You get
that.
a cat for every year you are.
Oh
That's
my
fantastic.
goodness. Cinco de
Yeah,
Kitty
awesome.
when you're 50 is going to be the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had always thought, like, because again, your perspective changes. Like when you're 25, 65 seems like ancient. And then when I'm almost 50, 65, doesn't seem that old. But like to me, 85 seems really old.
Yeah, 65. My target shifts as my parents get older.
Right.
And they're sorry, mom, in their 60s. And she listens to podcasts. And so now it's like, oh, that's not that old because my parents are that age.
Right.
Like that's not that old.
Yeah.
But I don't want to live past that because I see how long it takes them to get out of the car. Sorry, Mom.
I think that's so sad that that's how you guys value life.
I know. Well,
I am
that
in
makes
pain
me. That truly
Really?
makes me sad.
already.
Really?
I can't go walk on a treadmill without a knee brace.
I'll tell you.
I'm done.
When I went to see my grandmother last time, and I saw all these people in this same assisted living thing, and some of them talking about never anyone coming to visit them, and it
Right.
broke my heart.
But
and
the
they
problem
weren't
is
healthy.
the people that don't come visit them not being old.
Okay, but
Right. Well,
my grandmother was in a nursing home
Mhm.
in her final couple of years, and she had regular visitors because my aunt lived in town. My other aunt worked at the facility, and we go visit, and she would ask, "Did you send me here to die?" Then that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So even if you have visitors, it's still not a happy place. And when your roommate is yelling half the night because they're in pain or they're
Yeah.
confused, it broke my heart. I couldn't visit her then at that point because it was just so sad.
Yeah, it's rough, and I know it's selfish, because you're like, oh, I don't want to be like my dad. I'm walking through this. My dad would tell me all the time when we were younger, and I still always remember this. I don't ever want to be a burden. I don't ever want to be a burden, and he was that rough, tough, country boy, and so he's like, I don't want to live like that. I want to live like that, and so now to see him. And how he's handling staring his own mortality in the face, he still has that attitude. He's like, I don't want to be a burden to your mom, and like that's how I was raised, and so that's why it's ingrained in me. And then watching him go through this, like I get it. Like he doesn't feel good. He hurts. He's just it's bad, and the thing that he has is going to end badly for him. And it's not going to be pleasant, and so for him, like I totally get him not wanting to be around. I mean, he's had a great life, and he's got a great son, and
Your brother is quite a
yeah,
guy.
my brother is good, but yeah, I mean, so for him, he's ready.
It definitely is an unintended consequence of a society that has the best healthcare the world has ever seen, that we can keep people alive longer.
Right.
Like it does raise other issues of, things.
That's that hard thing because
But-
we look at our pets and we're like, oh, I don't want my pet to suffer. I don't want my pet to suffer. Oh my gosh! And your pets, because pets can't talk, they're like, I'm fine. I don't want you to
Tis a flesh
suffer.
wound.
Yes, exactly. Pets over there like tap dancing, trying to show you they're fine. But like when it comes to people and they're suffering, and I'm not. This is not like this big thing about assisted suicide or anything like that. But I'm just saying I understand. People
Yeah.
like my mother-in-law, when she had battled cancer for 7 years just valiantly, and her at the end of that fight going, I've had a good life. I'm just done. I'm done. I hurt. I'm done. And like I understand that. I don't hold that against anybody.
Yeah, you can be compassionate toward that
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I mean, I can't unplug you. Probably.
Mhm.
I don't think I could do that. Or if it's I could do that. Like if it's a medical thing and they're like,
Right.
you're in that state where.
And I personally think I think like preventing a medical miracle from happening to
Correct.
somebody is not the same as killing them.
Exactly. It's different than Dr. Kevorkian.
Right.
100% different. Or that lady. Remember that lady that did the assisted suicide, and her posts went all around the world, and there was a big debate.
And it
over
was a
this.
sad story because
But
she was still,
young.
and yeah, she was young and still, she hadn't gotten to the point where things were really bad.
Right.
And so hers was like, I don't want to get to that point. And once again, I don't agree with it, but I
Right.
can't argue with it because I'm not in her shoes.
Right.
Like that's just a heartbreaking, hard thing.
That one I disagreed with at that point. I'm like, if it was me being young, and again, you can't say it for anybody else, but if it were me,
Yeah, for someone's Facebook post you just read doesn't mean
Right.
give you the
Yeah.
permission to.
exactly.
Judge.
I just look at it as how I'm wired. That for me, if I'm in my 30s with a young child, I'm gonna fight tooth and
Right.
toenail. I will
Right.
try anything and
But
everything. But when you get to that point where you're like, okay, this is the end, then yeah, I'm like, I want to be
And I
done.
think her condition was there was no fighting. Like there was
Yeah.
no, this is going to be any kind of good quality of life. I think it had like started to go downhill and she was
Right.
facing a very, very dark future. So once again, don't agree with it, but I can't blame her either.
No, That was fun.
Yeah,
That's that
wow.
one of the funnest podcasts we've had in a while.
Do I have to put this one on YouTube?
Yes.
I'm exhausted, actually. Emotionally, I'm just drained.
Are you asking for us to put you down?
Yes. No. Look, I'm fine, like that puppy dog.
Oh my gosh, he's convulsing!
Oh, this is getting worse.
No, that was tap
The sympathy
dancing.
of Wally. I hate to see you go through this.
Oh, man. All right, that's going to do it for your podcast today, the old Aftercast. And as always, thanks for being a potty.